Once upon a time, there was a calm and serious man named Ju Hyung. Every morning, he rode the train to go to work. He stood quietly, waiting for his stop, UPN Seoul Station, a place filled with court buildings and prosecutor offices. Ju Hyung was a lawyer. His face looked so tired, it seemed like he had worn his tie since last night. Even though the train ride took only 30 minutes, it felt like he had traveled 3 years. His office was in Seok-dong, a place with more law firms than restaurants. He looked like a hard-working man who, deep inside, believed that everyone hides a resignation letter in their heart. But unlike others, Ju Hyung never complained and always finished his work well. He was the perfect example of a model employee. He entered the Hyungmin building and sighed quietly, already thinking that today might be another long, endless workday. In the elevator, a man beside him complained, "The meeting got delayed." "I came early for nothing," Ju Hyung calmly replied. "Isn't it tiring to talk like this so early?" The man chuckled, "I'm talking because I am tired." When Ju Hyung arrived at his office, he took off his jacket, changed into comfortable sandals, drank a vitamin, and put on his work glasses. Ready to begin. "Now, let's meet another man, Ha Sang-ki." He walked sleepily into the elevator, staring at his phone with half-closed eyes. His coworker teased, "Still sleepy? When did you get home last night?" 2 in the morning, Sang-ki replied. Another colleague, Jo Chang-won, joined them. He repeated his story from earlier, saying, "I forced myself to come early for a meeting, and it got delayed. People are so rude." He even used the exact same words as before. Later, Ju Hyung saw a young man practicing court speeches with great energy. It made him smile. It reminded him of his younger self. Back in his first year, he was filled with emotions, unable to tell right from wrong. In the second year, he was still learning and unsure. Even in the third year, he was often tricked or fooled. But over time, Ju Hyung became who he is today, calm, steady, and wise. Once upon a time, there was a lawyer named Ju Hyung. He had been a lawyer for 8 years. But even after all those years, he still didn't fully understand everything about his job. In his 9th year, he finally realized something important. In court, I must defend my client, but that doesn't mean I have to be their friend. One day, Ju Hyung went to the courthouse. He saw a young lawyer, probably in his first year, standing confidently and talking like a lawyer from TV. To Ju Hyung's surprise, they entered the same courtroom. Soon, it was time for their case. It was a civil case. Ju Hyung represented the plaintiff. The new lawyer represented the defendant. In court, Ju Hyung stayed calm and quiet. But the young lawyer used loud voice and dramatic gestures, just like on TV. When he walked proudly to speak, the judge told him to sit down and just use the microphone. Then, the young lawyer tried to call a witness, but Ju Hyung gave him a small look. "Don't do it." The judge asked, "Do you have the written request to bring this witness?" The new lawyer didn't have it. He tried to explain, "Your Honor, can't I just tell you why I brought the witness?" But the judge said, "I have many cases today. Please submit it in writing." So, the hearing was delayed until January 14th. Ju Hyung calmly agreed. The young lawyer, now a little nervous, whispered, "What date was that again?" "January 14th, Ju Hyung replied. After court, the young lawyer sat down outside, looking tired. He apologized as Ju Hyung walked past. Ju Hyung smiled and gave him some advice. "Don't learn how to be a lawyer from TV dramas. Come early and watch the trials before yours." "Thank you," said the new lawyer. "No one taught me that before." Ju Hyung added, "Also, that show you watched was about criminal cases. This was a civil case. You need to match the right style." The young lawyer froze. Wait, how did he know what I watched? Later at the office, Ju Hyung quietly entered his room. A coworker gave him a report. He had won 2 cases. She clapped, but he simply said, "Thanks." Even when he lost a case, Ju Hyung didn't show much emotion. The woman walked out, confused. Another senior lawyer saw her face and said, "Don't worry. Ju Hyung was like that with me too when I was new." She then asked, "Do lawyers not care if they win or lose?" Once upon a time, in a big city full of busy people, there were lawyers who worked really hard. One of them was Ha Seng-ki. His desk was covered with papers. Just when he thought he could rest, a lady came with even more files. "Please check these too," she said kindly. Ha Seng-ki sighed, but then, ping, he got a bonus on his phone. "Can you finish it tonight?" she asked. "With that bonus, I'll finish it this afternoon," he smiled. In another office, Joe Chong-won was visited by his boss. "Please meet this man quickly," said the boss. "I have a meeting soon," Joe said. "It's just a short talk," the boss added. The man came with a woman who said she could read energy. "You look very lucky. You will win this case," she said. Joe didn't believe it. "Is it my ears? I have great ears," he joked. Elsewhere, Ju Hyung, another lawyer, was meeting a new client. "You already admitted in court that you hit someone," Ju Hyung said. "Yes," the man replied, "but I didn't really hit him. I was just scared and said yes." "Why? I thought the judge liked the other guy more," the man said. "Are you famous or something?" Ju Hyung asked. "No." "Then why are you scared if people hear about it?" The man explained that the victim was his regular client and they argued about money. "He even acted blind to look more innocent," he said. Ju Hyung stayed calm. "We'll tell the court you're not guilty," he said. "I'll check the evidence." "That's it?" "Yes." Ju Hyung nodded. And so, the day went on. The lawyers were tired, but they kept working, helping people one case at a time. Once upon a time, there was a lawyer named Ju Hyung. One day, he looked like he was heading to somewhere very serious. But surprise! He was going to hang out with his coworkers. When he arrived, he looked at everyone's serious faces and joked, "Is this a memorial gathering or what?" Then he asked, "Has Moon Jung not arrived yet?" One of his friends, Chong Won, said, "If we eat before she comes, she'll complain." Soon, Moon Jung walked in. Everyone quickly started eating. She looked at Ju Hyung and asked, "You're late too, right?" Ju Hyung smiled and said, "Do I look like you? I just finished a court trial." Another friend asked Moon Jung why she was always late. She replied, "If going home is never on time, why should coming in be on time?" Then someone noticed the food prices had gone up. Sang-ki sighed, "This place is now over our lunch budget. Where else can I go?" Moon Jung joked, "Your office is stingy. Just use Dang Wook's company card." Dang Wook quickly said, "They'll know if I use it." Chong Won offered, "Use mine then." But then he added, "I mean my personal card." "My treat." Sang-ki asked, "Do you think this is about money?" Moon Jung answered, "Of course." And they all laughed. Then the talk shifted to drinks. Sang-ki was sipping something warm, and Moon Jung teased him, "Is that rice water?" "You're so weird," Sang-ki replied. "You're the weird ones drinking iced coffee in winter." Dang Wook asked Ju Hyung what he was drinking. It looked like a smoothie. Moon Jung giggled, "You look like an old man with that drink." Then, Chong Won noticed two people nearby almost arguing. He wanted to step in, but Ju Hyung stopped him. "Don't, they're all lawyers here." Dang Wook teased Chong Won, "How did someone like you even get into college?" Chong Won admitted, "That's why it took me 5 tries." Suddenly, Sang-ki got a call and smiled. Chong Won joked, I hate that career smile." While Sang-ki was on the phone, the others talked about work. They discussed Ju Hyung's client, a blind man. "Can blind people even be violent?" Dang Wook asked. Ju Hyung replied, "Yes. Even murder is possible." Moon Jung asked, "Are you neutral with your client, or giving up on him?" Before Ju Hyung could answer, someone reminded them, "Don't forget tonight." "What time?" 6:30. Looks like their night wasn't over yet. Once upon a time, a lawyer named Ju Hung told his co-workers that he might be late because he had a blind date. His friends laughed and said, "Let's meet at 8 then." Ju Hung added, "If I like the girl, I might stay longer." They giggled again. "Why are you all laughing?" one of them asked. "Even Ju Hung might laugh at himself," another said. Then they made a bet, 10,000 won, that he wouldn't like her. But Moon Jung said, "I bet he will like her." Changwon asked, "Why do you keep going on blind dates when you never like them? Even winning the lottery is easier." "At least someone wins the lottery," joked another friend. Ju Hung smiled and said, "Maybe I'll meet someone who feels like fate." Sang-ki laughed, "That's your funniest line this year." Moon Jung teased, "That line doesn't suit you at all." But Ju Hung said, "Actually, it's not a blind date." Changwon blinked. "Then, what is it?" Soon, they all arrived at their office and got back to work. Ju Hung received new case evidence from his blind client. He read the documents and remembered the client's words. "I didn't hit him," the man had said. But Ju Hung wasn't sure anymore. The victim's statement said he tried to call for help right away. So, Ju Hung decided to visit the man's office to check the scene himself. He followed the map, rode the train, and arrived at the tax office. The blind client welcomed him. "Thanks for coming early," he said. Ju Hung looked around. The room was a little different from the photos. "My friend helped me change the layout," the man explained. He offered Ju Hung a drink and placed it perfectly in front of him. Ju Hung noticed that. "I know this place really well," the man smiled. Ju Hung said, "Even if you say you're innocent, the court might still find you guilty. The evidence is strong. Photos, voice recordings, all match the victim's story." The man replied, "I think the victim planned it. He damaged things and even made noise like he hit himself." "You mean, he pretended?" asked Ju Hung. The client nodded. "I did push him once, though." "Why didn't you say that earlier? Did you even try to listen?" he answered. Then, he added that his own client had money troubles and maybe just wanted a discount. Ju Hung began to understand. Maybe the victim faked everything. Just then, the man's phone alarm rang. "Time for my blood pressure medicine," he said. As he left, Ju Hung noticed the bathroom light was on. He asked to use the restroom. The blind man tried to turn the light on, but accidentally turned it off instead. Ju Hung paused. Strange, he thought. Even people who are blind can often still see light. Was this man really blind? Or just pretending? To be continued.
Remember Ju Hyung's face at the end of episode 1, when he first saw Kang Hee-ji? He looked totally shocked. Hee-ji was confused and asked, "Don't you remember me?" Ju Hyung said, "You do look kind of familiar." And then, the funniest part, Sang-ki said, "Weren't you shocked too?" But even funnier was Ju Hyung's reply, "No, it was the earthquake that shocked me."
전에 잠깐 만났었어요. 기억이 안 난다고?